All right. Making the journey to Card Master. This guy is a legend. He's like the Sato of Taiwan. Little second floor walk-up, I believe. But he's been called multiple times and by multiple people a pioneer in Magic the Gathering and trading card games. So let's see what happens. He doesn't like getting filmed, I've heard, so we'll see what happens. National Card Master, MTG. Very MTG heavy place. Uh-oh. All right, we're here.
All right. Welcome back to FaBled Hunters.
I'm Dan.
I'm Yuanji.
And we're gonna open some stuff.
All right, this is the last two boxes of our Chicago series, I guess. So far, it's been pretty good. We've opened 4 legendaries so far.
That's...
So we'll have to see if the rest of this case pans out. We're hoping for one more legendary at least.
Yeah, hopefully a cold foil.
Yeah, cold foil legendary, that'd be pretty sweet. Off camera, we opened some packs the other day, and Dan opened an EA redback.
I did, yeah, it was pretty cool. Sick. And a FaBled.
Yeah,
it was pretty hype.
Yeah, so I couldn't FaBled hunt on camera, but maybe in these 2 boxes.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into it. Dan, when did you start playing flesh+blood?
I started playing like right before Monarch Unlimited came out.
Okay.
Like pretty much the week before.
Yeah.
And like I remember I tried the game. I think I got like a blitz deck sent to me. I bought like a full blitz deck, and then I really wanted to buy some products while it was like on the way. And I kept calling stores and like, no, we can't sell you anything. I remember one store was like, I have a first edition box for like $400 if you want. I was like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I bought some of the pre-made blitz decks, and that's how I started.
Okay.
I might need an assist with this box, Yuanji.
Okay.
Nope, we're good.
So, I mean, I was asking because like, you've gone through like a couple, like basically like most of the sets outside of the first year. How do you think Outsiders is gonna rank when all things are said and done compared to like all the other sets that you've?
I think based on like how deep and interesting the draft format seems, it like has a chance to be like on the top.
Oh really? That's pretty high praise. Because one thing that I think Outsiders, at least like draft, is a little bit different from like the other sets is that I think like at least I haven't done that many Monarch drafts, but at least for Tails and what's it called, and Uprising, pretty much all the games like end fairly quickly.
Yep, agreed. Yeah, and these are like very grindy.
Yeah, and I think like one of the things that I guess like the what they call like the essence of Flesh and Blood, a lot of people really like is kind of just like fighting through like all the resources in your deck.
Yeah, like the back and forth, grinding till the end.
Yeah, and for better or for worse, a lot of the games do end in fatigue, but there's some talk about on Twitter how this is like usually like fatigue through like each person like attacking the other person rather than like one person is doing the attacking and the other person is just like walking their whole hand out.
Yep.
But I wonder if this means that they're not going to print any cards with breakpoints in the future.
Yeah, no, that's the most interesting thing, right? It's like a bunch of attacks for 3s and 6.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like I've listened to a lot of the design interviews lately, and like they're pretty set on like experimenting always. So I think they'll see what works every set. I do think like as a whole, it's hard to compete with Uprising. Like it was so satisfying to open that set. There were like marbles in the rare slot was really nice. I think. Like an opening experience, and like all the classes in that set are super cool. Like I don't know, I think like the 3 heroes in that set were like close to the top 3 heroes played for a while.
Yeah, we're on camera, Saint and I, for saying that we think that Uprising is probably like the best set, like at least one of the best sets that they've ever made.
Yeah, yeah, it just like hit all the things that you would want to hit with the set.
Yeah. And just like in terms of like fun open, I know Saint has personally purchased like a ton of like we opened like 268 boxes.
Oh sure,
so, like,
yeah,
collect data. So I mean, it speaks for itself. I think that Outsiders doesn't have like the same. It's not as like flashy.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it feels like some of the older sets, I think.
Yeah, but one thing that I do like about Outsiders.
Dishonor.
Nice. One thing that I do like about Outsiders, I think that it captures some of like the original feel for like what made flesh+blood popular. Like I didn't personally experience it, but I can imagine like, let's say if you were like starting off the game,
yeah,
and you were opening Welcome to Wraith, and that was like the first time you ever experienced opening the game, and then you open like I don't know, like a crippling crush or something.
Yeah.
Like
it's like pretty exciting.
Yeah. And I kind of feel because like back then they did like you had like 2 Majestics every box. So opening each like individual Majestic was, I guess, like a little bit cooler. Now,
yeah, like getting the one you wanted felt really good.
Yeah, now I think the Majestic rarity is like a lot more per set, but there are definitely like some Majestics that feel like they're a little bit cooler to open than others.
Oh yeah, completely agree. And I think like the timing of this set in Uprising was just so perfect. Like we saw a pretty obvious boom in player count at Uprising. And I think like the coolness of those heroes helped a lot.
Yeah.
And now the set is like, okay, but here's how Flesh and Blood is meant to be played. We're not just no blocking and killing each other as fast as we can.
No, this is Rainbow Foil. I was like, is that cold foil? I thought I got juked.
Because Uprising was like very high power, like very flashy.
They were on record saying that this set was supposed to feel more like Welcome to Wraith.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a reintroduction for like all these new people jumping in.
Yeah, of like, I guess like core Flesh and Blood principles.
Yep.
You gotta block. Nobody likes blocking. and why would they if you were playing Uprising?
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I don't know. I love having the option to block efficiently. I think that's like one of the strongest things you can be doing.
The option that you will always turn down.
Depending on the deck, yes.
Yeah. So then I can block for 2, or I can attack for 5.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a bobble.
Yep, we got a bobble pack.
Yeah, I hope that in the future that they do this with the Belgian print as well.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I'm a big fan. We've opened, 10 cases this weekend? Or 9? This is our 9th case we've opened. And I think it feels really good.
Oh.
Another common. Oh no.
So the rainbow foil that juked us was like a premonition. Alright. Let's try to speed through this. This is the 4th Uprising. We got a foil Majestic Knives Out.
Yeah,
how do you feel about this card?
I think I have Draft Brain on right now. I think the best part is
like
that
an attack reaction.
It's not an attack. It's not an action card.
Yeah, like you don't have to announce. You don't have to announce it. I think like if you pitch one early on, that like later on, like your opponent always has to like know that it's coming.
Yeah, I meant more. It's like you can block assassins with it, fellow assassins.
Oh yeah.
And like ignore their weapon swings.
That's fair. I
don't think it's that strong. At least the deck that tested it in.
Yeah, I think we were thinking about. I was thinking about playing it in Assassin, kind of as like as a way where if you do end up with like a big hand, you can just like get a little bit more damage out of it. Although the rate is not that good.
Yeah, it's like in our FI decks that we've published. Like we play a lot of 0-cost blues that block 3 and present 2 damage.
Yeah.
And in theory, the Knives Out does exactly that, just in a different way.
Yeah.
We're deep in MTG territory. Deep in MTG. Dragon Shield sleeves. This is MTG country right here. 80% Magic the Gathering store. A little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh over there, I think. A little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, but yeah. This is MTG country. Card Masters in Taipei, Taiwan.
But like one nice thing about it is that because it's an attack reaction, so like normally attack reactions get a lot better like towards the end of the game, but they're a little bit awkward to set up that way because most of them block 2.
Yep.
But this one is a blue and it blocks 3, so the dynamic is a little bit different. And part of the reason why attack reactions are much better towards the end of the game is because you can't play around them because you're on the life.
You just can't afford to, right?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Got a give and take.
Nice.
Nice generic.
How was give and take in your Briar experience?
Yeah, so I played Briar this weekend, and give and take was the only new card on the deck. I still need to reflect more on like how it performed. In my opinion, Briar always had like the need for one more 3-of card that has like built-in go again. I think right now give and take is just like, it has some matchups where it's great, right? Like where decks want to be blocking, it's very strong.
Yeah.
But I think in the other matchups it's kind of just like just good enough to fill that slot. Like I want something better there still, like a 1 for 4 that blocks 2. Or like a 0 for 3 even maybe.
Yeah.
There's the funny thing of like, your give and take target is usually your channel mount, and if you only have one and you like play a Sotomorrow, it's pretty popular in the deck. You gotta like balance like, am I gonna draw into the give and take soon and be sad that it's not on my discard anymore?
Have you ever put a give and take on top of your deck? To like another give and take?
No, I was ready to, and they always just took the damage. Honestly, I block free with it a lot.
Okay. Because that was like I think one of the plays. This was one of the cards. Kind of crazy in the new set.
Yep.
That was like one of the plays that a lot of people were very excited about when the card was first spoiled.
Yeah, just looping them forever.
Yeah, being like an anti-fatigue tool.
Yep.
Realistically, you can only like do that if your opponent has less than 3 life. 3 or less life.
Yep. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't think anyone played like a full fatigue deck this weekend.
How do you feel about full fatigue? As like a strategy, like
yeah.
for the game, not like not viability.
Understood. I did like Fino and I did a little YouTube chat about this for quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, it's just like the nature of the game, right? Like fatigue is always going to be a strategy that exists.
Yeah.
Because like you have limited resources, you have limited cards, and you use your cards to stay alive. Yeah, so it's always going to be here. I think my real take is that as long as it's not dominant, like I think fatigue should be a viable strategy in certain matchups.
Yeah.
To like punish like greedy decks, I guess is how I would say that. But if it becomes like the dominant, like clear best deck in format, nothing can beat this. Like, I don't know. That's not very exciting for anyone. But I also think it tends to create like a villain, which I think can be exciting for like streams. Like, you don't want to show like the fatigue Golden versus normal Golden matchup maybe because that's like a slogfest. But if we see like these new Rangers like taking down the fatigue deck who everybody hates, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but what if it's like real life where it's just like the underdog never wins?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then it's an issue, I think.
Everybody loves a good underdog story.
Yeah. Yeah, it did feel like when we saw the spoilers that this set was really trying to mitigate that strategy of fatiguing. There's a lot of like anti-fatigue looking cards.
Yeah. One thing that and this has to get proven out, I think, by results. So like normally like the way that you combat fatigue is you like set up these like really big turns.
Yep.
And they kind of introduce like new anti-fatigue tools that are more like hand-to-hand type of tools rather than like big setup.
Yeah, before it's a lot of like pitch stacking, some big combos, so that you like do all of your damage in like bursts, like one turn instead of spacing it out so they can't block it all.
Yeah, like you end up doing more damage if you do like 9 on a turn and then like 20 something on the next turn than if you do like 15 on both turns.
Right. We got Barbed Undertow.
Oh, and a foil melted point.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, good ranger pack.
Big ranger pack.
Yeah, we really talked about Barbed Undertow that much. I think that card's really strong, right?
It's pretty fun. I think it's sometimes very strong and sometimes...
It does nothing.
It's so sad. I watched our teammate Shane.
Yep. Pick the wrong color?
No, so... Basically, the situation was he had a red in the ledger in his arsenal that I think he got back from his opponent's Codex of Frailty. And he had an opportunity, so his option was to either send the red for a 10, no dominate.
Okay.
But then when he flipped it over to opt, he saw a Barbed Undertow on top. And it was the opponent. They had like 2 cards in their arsenal.
Okay.
And so it's kind of tough. Like I think they were like towards the end of the game. and you just have to make a call. Like if your barb undertow is really good,
Right.
then it can be
It can
just
be
as,
game-winning.
Yeah, like if because you're dominating the attack as well.
Yep.
We got a codex.
I feel like every codex, like I get a little excited whenever I see them in a pack.
Yeah, you never know. Like, I think Inertia is the one that has the least hype right now, just because of I think how difficult it is to use.
Yeah, the variants involved.
Yeah. But I could see, for example, let's say if you're playing like a Cheerio style deck, Inertia being kind of nuts.
Oh, sure.
Inertia tokens in general, I think, have the least impact while your opponent has like opportunity to play stuff. So they're like less good if you're throwing small hands, or you throw big hands and then give them an Inertia, then you can like eat their arsenal. So I think.
Oh, like get them down to one card, you mean?
Yeah.
Force them to discard it, and then they can't play the set card if it's not a 0?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a really strong play.
Got a Peace of Mind foil. So I think, yeah, but I think that card, because of the randomness of the card that is going into your arsenal. Like, I mean, like if your deck is all 0s, then you just play whatever you got.
Yeah, it doesn't matter in that case, right?
Yeah. So I think that, I don't know, there's some room for experimentation. I find it. Ooh, got a crack bobble.
Ooh,
I'll pause my thought.
Yep. See something big?
Or FaBled hunting, so maybe we'll get a cold foil FaBled. Toxicity. Backstab. Toxicity and.
It's gotta be good.
Oh!
Cold foil quiver.
Nice.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I was hypothesizing that this quiver is kind of a nod that maybe we're gonna get a Shadow Ranger in Dust to Dawn.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's very spooky looking.
Yeah. And I think that the idea of like shuffling like cards into your deck that you can maybe like banish them later and then play them again is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. No, totally agree. Because you get like 2 uses out of them. Or
Yeah.
Well, rare. Yeah, I kind of like expected us to hit a legendary there, just because of how consistent the Japanese print is on a case-by-case basis. Like if that was a common, I would have been like very surprised, just based on other boxes we've opened.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know if you've seen
rare.
different data, but I haven't seen any cases that only had cold foil commons.
Well, people have said that they've opened cases that didn't have any cold foils, and also like no legendary cases.
In Japanese print though?
Oh, I don't know about a Japanese print, but there have been reports.
Okay.
I think, like mathematically, you should get about a little bit less than 2 legendaries per case.
Yep.
I think it's like 0.4. It's like 0.4 rainbow foil legendaries plus like however many cold foil. I think cold foil is like maybe like a little bit less than 0.1. Getting towards the end. 2 rares and a common. Oops. What are we getting here?
I think one thing I maybe haven't loved about Japanese print is that like once you get a bobble pack, it kind of feels like hopeless to find another, and you're just chasing like a rainbow foil legendary now. That's at least what I'm feeling right now.
Maybe. Okay, that's fair. There's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Humble. Infecting.
But I think like Welcome to Wraith, we've said, was like that with the Majestics, where like you hit the 2 and you're like, oh my box is done, but then like you hit a random 3rd or you get like a foil Easter egg and you're excited, even more excited because you weren't expecting it.
We opened like a lot of like salty Welcome to Wraith alpha boxes on the channel.
Oh sure.
Like no cold foil.
Oh man.
Crappy Majestics. Alright, last 3 packs for me. Got a lot of red toxicities.
Yeah, I do feel like we're just codex hunting right now.
Maybe no, you still got a rainbow foil legendary.
Yeah, no, that's true.
The rainbow foil FaBled.
Oh, we got a melting point. Pretty good.
I think we got a place set of melting points.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
These boxes. Yeah, I think like a lot of people were saying that like certain cards are short printed, but I think it's just like honestly it's like just like variants. Like sometimes you get like a bunch of one. Like in the boxes that Shane and I opened, I think we got like 2 shakedowns or like a playset of shakedowns in the first 2 boxes or something.
I do feel like the set, a lot of the Majestics are like pretty playable. Like it's not a lot of like filler, like these will be good later cards.
Yeah.
In that slot. We got the Roundhouse. Bunch of Majestics at the end here.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's just review.
Yeah.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Majestic, so 6 per box. We got a Cold Foil Legendary. All in all, pretty good case. I think we got 2 Legendaries.
Yep.
Bunch of Codexes. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, like, and leave a comment. And that's all for now. See you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Mm. 那一费呢？我们只需要一个 pitch， 一 pitch
来的时候拍我，
然后这边就是它的那个效果。
这边拍的 video，
他说这张卡如果打中的话，会获得
就开始换位置的，没有地方放。
我现在要讲的是整个卡才可以解释后面的。
卡店没有放卡，
那这是我们的攻击，
那原本是这样子来，
是
这个店没有卡，
然后这是的防守，这是挡杀。
No， 你先这是 free，
因为这个 you have to pay one。
No，I'm saying it's free go again，free go again。
因为这免费 go again， 因为这一定有 go again 嘛，那你可以推这个武器线。
Yeah，no condition to go again，so you use that first。
对，没错。
所以它也有 elemental 的牌，所以那 elemental 的牌可以大家分享 ，elemental 赢球可以分享。
OK，
但是这叫我们叫 talent， 但是如果它没有的话，那就不能使用。
好啊，那像这种